Do you think that the next president needs to be someone who is someone who's experienced in the ways of Washington and can somehow work the system? Or does it need to be someone who's from outside the system who can come in and try to bring a sledgehammer and bring real change in that way as a kind of outsider force?
I think Obama kind of proved that he didn't know how to work. He didn't know how to work with Congress.
Based on what happened to Obama, being the outsider, I would say that it has to be, we have to go back to having somebody in there that knows how to play the game and make it work.
Lethea, you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, ideally, I would love somebody who had like, fresh ideas, but I feel like that's kind of what Obama's premise of his first campaign was, and it did not work. And I feel like somebody who has a little bit more experience in Washington, who knows how to unfortunately manipulate the system and knows how to play the game, essentially, that Washington really is kind of what's necessary to actually get something done, because I feel like Obama does get kind of pushed around.
I wouldn't distance myself too much from him. He's won 2 elections.
I can see the argument that maybe someone who's an insider does know better how to get around and get compromises made and get deals done.
I'm going to shift gears now. What do you like best about Hillary Rodham Clinton?
She's Washington smart. She knows
the inside stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot I don't like about her.
We'll get to that.
I think she does have, she brings experience.
I think she's smart. I think she's quick. I think she knows how to work Washington, foreign affairs. She's worked across the lines. I'm excited about it.
I just respect her international connections. I think internationally she has gained a lot of respect. I think she's very smart.
Do you like her personality? Do you find her a warm, compelling, attractive person? What are you laughing about?
She's not warm, but I don't really want a warm president.
Yeah, I'm not looking for
I want someone who can get stuff done.
I want stuff done.
Right.
Yeah.
She does have to soften up a little bit.
I think with the fact that she's a mother and now a grandmother, it makes a difference.
Yeah, I do too.
It shows a softer side of her.
I think it's hard for a woman because you're expected, people want you to be a certain way, but they want a politician to be a certain way. So nobody's telling men that you're just a little too warm and fuzzy, or we can't take you serious enough. I think it's much harder for a woman. Nobody says you're wearing the wrong thing, Mr. Obama. But Hillary Clinton, they're always making fun of her pantsuits. We don't take women as seriously as we take men in this country.
I think she's ready for the country, and I think the country's ready for her now.
What do you like least about her? What's most troubling to you about her?
The email thing.
Transparency issues.
I don't think it was handled very well, and I think that plays into your ability to make decisions in the big office.
I feel as though you have to be aware of how things appear to the public.
She could have gone through and deleted anything she wanted. Who went through her emails?
I think it would have been smarter to use a third party to sort through.
It seems just like a lack of judgment to do that, and to you be the one deciding what emails you're going to delete or not. If at anything, she should have released everything, and a third party can decide what's relevant. It's not her position to be relevant.
How many people in the room think that would be a good idea for her to do as a matter of transparency? Hand over that server and let an independent authority decide what should be personal and what should be business. Just let me see a show of hands on that.
I'm halfway there. I just don't know.
Okay. That's still a pretty large number in the room who think she could do a little more to clear this problem. Just something that a lot of Democrats bring up, her ties to Wall Street and big finance and big money. And there are populist Democrats who find that troubling. Are there other people in the room who think it's a problem for her that she's the kind of candidate of big money in the Democratic Party?
No. I don't like it, but I don't think we're going to get another viable alternative who's actually electable.
Right. I don't know what the alternative is. Where do they get their money? I mean,
it costs a lot of money.
Billions of dollars to campaign.
Doesn't bother me a bit.
Bother me.
How many people in the room, put your hand up, if you'd be open to a candidate, open to voting for, you actually voting for a Democrat other than Hillary Clinton?
Open to it?
Open to it.
If
Open to it. Open to
someone
it. Open to it.
I mean, I'm not going to.
Open to it. So everyone in the room would be open to another Democratic candidate.
I like to see a wider range of voices and issues raised, and that's part of the purpose of the primary process. You know, if you get Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, heaven forbid, you know, up in the raising issues that other people don't have the courage to do, then that's important, and it helps pull the discussion a little bit, widen it in any way.
What do you all think about Elizabeth Warren?
I think Elizabeth Warren, as much as I like her, is too liberal. Even though I like a lot of the things she's for, she's too liberal, and I think it's Hillary.
I like her.
I like her.
I think she's too junior.
She's never going to win.
Why not?
She's way too liberal.
She's never going to win, in part because she's the only candidate who's going to say anything about student loan debt, about serious campaign finance reform, like actual issues that are problems in this country, but are not priority for 70% of the voters.
Right.
Yeah.
What about Joe Biden?
I love Joe Biden.
he's all right, but I don't know if I would vote for him.
I'd like to see him run. I don't think I'd vote for him.
Because
I just don't think, you know, I guess I don't see him as any kind of an idea person or bringing anything new.
what do we think about Bernie Sanders?
Proud liberalism and, you know, not being afraid of being labeled a socialist because you have priorities and moral dictates about how we treat our citizens and our people.
I don't think he would ever win. It would be hard to conceive of him as winning, but I definitely would like to see him run.
Does everybody in the room know who Martin O'Malley is?
I don't.
Does anyone in the room know who Martin O'Malley is?
He's the governor, right?
He's the
Oh, is he the Connecticut governor?
he's the former governor of Maryland.
Oh,
Let me ask you this question: does everybody in the room think that Hillary Clinton can win the presidency?
Yes.
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 No one disagrees with that. She can win the presidency. Do you feel like you know right now, Alethea? Do you feel like you know where Hillary Clinton stands?
I don't, and even I was a big supporter of Hillary's back before Obama won the primaries in 2008.
Right.
And I was kind of trying to refresh myself because we all know that she's pretty much the only viable Democratic candidate at this point. But I'm like trying to think of, you know, when she campaigns, what is she trying to accomplish here? And I don't know.
I'd like to hear more right now what she plans to do,
Right.
not what she did do.